What is up, my brothers from another mother? All right, I tried to do this video this morning. I don't know if I'll use the footage, but I left the that's one thing I don't like about this car is the racing pads make a lot of noise. I tried to do a video this morning about the M5 and the new version of the M5 that's coming out. I think it's the G90 or F90 or something. Anyway, the new 2017 M5 that comes out, and people have been messaging me on Facebook and stuff and putting comments below. What do I think of it? Well, I'll tell you what I think of it. So I'm driving a 2012 F10. Gotta do something about those brakes. F10 M5. It has a Dynon tune, so 693 horsepower, I believe, is a correct rating. Still has warranty. Loving the car. Going to keep driving it, mostly because of the warranty and the tune. But there's a new M5 coming out next year. I believe they release it. I believe it's at the Detroit Auto Show. So it'll be all the specs we'll hear about roughly 2 months after this video goes live. So if you're watching this video, everything I'm talking about is complete speculation, but I'm telling you, it's based somewhat on a little bit of experience driving this car. The car that I'm driving right now, it's going to be roughly the same motor as what they're saying. It's the TU44B, TU, whatever the code is, doesn't matter. It's basically the same car, but they've done a lot of full refresh on the body, suspension, everything, but the motor is roughly the same. It'll be updated with more power. They're saying it's going to have around 600 horsepower. This car currently, sorry, I didn't plug in the mic today, so I'm going to shout so you can hear me better. This car currently has, from the factory, 560 horsepower. Tuners that have put it on the dyno in factory spec have speculated it has closer to 600 horsepower at the engine. It's grossly underrated, to put it lightly. The way that it's set up right now, I'm running on the factory tune because I'm on snow tires, but on summer tires with 305s out back, the car has no trouble lighting up. It has a very hard time putting down power. So there's been talk about an all-wheel drive system, or xDrive, or whatever you want to call it. I believe BMW has confirmed it's supposed to have a all-wheel drive system, which will split the power 80% to rear, 20% to front. The car needs it. If anybody's bitching and whining about, oh, it's not going to be a real M car, or why are they going to all-wheel drive, the car needs it. You can't put that kind of power down to a rear drive only car. Take a look at pretty much any car that makes over 600 horsepower that is hypercar, supercar spec, with the exception of the McLaren P1 and the LaFerrari, and they're all wheel drive. How the McLaren P1 puts down so much power, I don't know. They've got race car engineers working on these cars, so they put a lot of time and resources into making them work properly. But pretty much any car that I've seen right now that's available for sale with over 600 horsepower is always all-wheel drive. It is a trend. The M5 and M6 will be all-wheel drive. You'll probably see the M4, the M3 going all-wheel drive in the next, I don't know, 3 to 5 years. Let's say, not the next generation, but perhaps a generation afterwards. The car needs it. Anytime I step on the gas, if I were to step on the gas with the tune on, even with the summer tires, on the highway, the traction control prevents me from killing myself. So let's just leave that point alone. The car is deserved of an all-wheel drive system. So the other things that I've heard about with the new M5, M6 layout, it's probably going to be a heavier car. They haven't actually talked about the weight of the car. I know weight's a big thing for M car guys, and you know, we all want driving dynamics and a lighter weight with reasonable power, or good power delivery, as much power as possible, obviously with the lightest weight possible. The car is going to be heavier. It just has to be heavier. The F10 M5 was heavier than the one with the V10 that was equipped before it, or the V10 M6. Both cars are heavier, not by much, but slightly, probably due to, you know, turbochargers and plumbing for intercooling and stuff like that. I know that BMW went to a considerable amount of effort to keep the car light itself. They invested heavily in composites. I did go looking at one point for technical details on what they did. I was unable to find them, but this version M5 is heavier than the old V10, the 5-liter V10. The new one that comes out will be heavier than this one. Suck it up, Buttercup. It's going to have all-wheel drive. Any car with an all-wheel drive system versus its comparable sibling, twin, whatever you want to call it, will always be heavier. Whenever they've compared like an M5 to an RS6, for example, the M5 is always lighter. Why? Because it doesn't have the Quattro system. If it had the same Quattro or the all-wheel drive system that Audi puts in the car, they'd weigh exactly the same. So that's just that. Just get over that. As far as the rest of the car, my feelings on the new M5, M6, I haven't seen much of the M6, but the M5 renderings, the releases, the CAD designs that they've put out on, the front fascia, the rear fascia, and all that. If you guys are watching this, you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm not technically inclined. No, I'm not going to go get screenshots and do B-roll for you and shit like that. Google is your friend. You can find it if you look. It's going to be a sexy ass car. It is going to be a good looking four-door sedan. BMW does this class of car, in my opinion, and I guess I'm somewhat biased because I said the same thing about the M3, but in my opinion, if you want a big four-door saloon, if you live in the UK or Europe, or a big four-door sedan if you live in North America, whatever you want to call it, if you want a big, fast four-door car that can eat up the miles comfortably, you won't find a better car than a BMW M product. It is what it is. All you AMG guys or RS6 guys can, cry about it, but the truth is the truth. Let's just point to the facts. So, you guys have asked for my thoughts on the new M5. Those are my thoughts. Beyond that, don't really have any other comments. Haven't seen any of the technical specifications. It will be a better version of this car. It will have all-wheel drive. It will be faster, for sure. It will be able to put down power. The thing that keeps this car slow, I'm not saying slow as it's a slow car, but the thing that keeps this thing slower than an equivalent, let's say an AMG product by Mercedes. So I'll put a card up top left of your screen. Did some drag racing with my buddy Ray. He's got an E63 AMG wagon. Bigger car, it's heavier, and it has all-wheel drive. Down the quarter mile, he was faster, time-wise. Trap speed, this car was faster. And I'm not going to release specific details because driving back from the drag strip together on the highway, we did a little bit of independent testing. And the results are this car is way faster than an AMG, but not off the line. Okay, so an AMG E63 product, this car is way faster at speed. Off the line, AMG kills it, which is why the new M5 will be an unbelievable product. Getting so excited here, I'm choking on myself. Which is why the new M5 will be an unbelievable product when it's finally released. The all-wheel drive system is due. xDrive will make it so. Thanks for checking out the video today. Leave a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Of course, browse the channel, lots of great content. If you want to follow me on daily shit, I'm on Instagram and Facebook at EntrepreneursinCars. Talk to you guys later. Peace!